What a scary story that is.
You want to bite your head.
Oh, give me a break. You sound like you're gargling.
How's your favorite monster now and hear a scary story? Ask Mom or Dad first.
Bubble, boy, you're in trouble.
With the smell of pumpkin spice, candy corn, and the slight murmur of animatronic gears in the air, from the sound of my sister's still beating heart, beyond the darkness, an idea came to me. One that expands on John Carpenter's Halloween in such an organic way that David Gordon Green, and by association Danny McBride, only wish to have achieved in their time in Haddonfield. So if you're a fan of the color and shape of Haddonfield, as John Carpenter intended, pull up your plastic jack-o'-lantern and enjoy a treat on me. Halloween, Ghouls Night Out, tells 3 stories happening side by side, branching out from that rainy night in 1978, when the shape broke free from Smith's Grove Sanitarium. Michael wasn't the only loon that escaped the bin that night. There were 3 others. While they have all spent different amounts of time in Smith's Grove, none of these patients are connected to each other or related in any way to Michael, keeping the randomness that a certain section of the fandom is so fond of. They all have their own stories, their own lore of evil, to be explored on their own horrific journey. Each patient will offer the creative chance to fill the space with the kinds of villains horror doesn't really have, or could use more of. As sure as the ending to John Carpenter's Halloween is open to interpretation, so is this. What I envision is one's a tall woman by the name of Madeline Hayseed. The staff at Smith's Grove called her Mad Madeline. She was once known as the Pumpkin Seed Killer. The second, and probably most dangerous, is the one the sensationalistic media dubbed the heinous witch of the West Woods. An obvious play on words, meant to invoke visions of emerald cities and ruby red slippers through a demented lens. The lead reporter that came up with that title will tell you he meant no harm, that it was merely meant to drum up business for a dying newspaper. But he became directly responsible for the deaths of over a dozen children between the ages of 9 and 12. Unforgivable. Lastly is Nicholas Host, whose classmates would tease him for having bones of a ghost. What exactly that means, who could say? Children are cruel. I think you're better off if I don't give you an explanation. Let your imagination fill in the blanks, and do the same for each of their individual journeys. But take this as the outcome. After all is said and done, for some morbid reason, Silver Shamrock quietly uses these 3 maniacs as the basis for a trio of Halloween masks. It's a reality the general public doesn't pick up on, nor does Carl Cochran admit to publicly.
This is Ghouls Night Out, so to be.